Hello, friends! Today's topic is choice and change. And perhaps this topic comes up a lot as something I love to share and talk about, the topic of choice and change. For today's topic, I'm going to share with you a little story. And this story, I've heard it many times from different people in different ways. Of course, it's always slightly different. And I've lived it myself. So it's not a unique story, although in my mind, I'm trying to pull from a specific one. It's been told many times. So if you've visited me and or have shared this story with me online, this is not about you. This is totally not about you. The story has been repeated, is a common story that I get. Okay, so here we go. So I'm in a group retreat. We're having dinner. There's 10 of us, and we're sharing, conversing, intellectually stimulating conversation. And of course, when I talk, I'm always talking about mindset and possibly change and choice. And one person in the group responded, "Juan, you don't understand. I had no choice. I could not change. And this is why. Because I was taking care of my mom. My mom was sick, and I was working long hours, not a regular 8-hour day, but like a day and a half. And I didn't have time. So what did I do? I went to the drive-thru and I ordered McDonald's, and that was dinner. And I went to the drive-thru and I ordered Taco Bell, and that was lunch. And that's the only thing I had time for, because I had long days at work, and then to come home and take care of my mom, that was my day. I did not have time. I did not have choice." Okay. After she shared that, I decided to ask a question and to be respectful and mindful. And the question was, would you be interested in hearing for the future, because obviously the past has already happened, for the future, an example of a possible choice that you can have in the future? And I was very mindful to be clear that it was for the future, not for the past, because I didn't want to share a choice that could make someone feel guilty or shame or judgment about the past. We can't change the past. So I wanted to be super clear that it was for the future, and I was asking for consent if the person wanted to hear a possible choice for the future for this type of situation. And the person said, "Yes, please do share." Okay, so now I had consent and I shared. And here's what I shared. Okay, well, for the future, here's a possible choice for someone who doesn't have time due to their long work hours and taking care of family members and having very little time for food. Even faster than a drive-thru would be to be a raw fruitarian. So imagine how long it takes to be in a drive-thru line and how quick it is to eat an apple, to eat a banana, to purchase fruits and eat them raw throughout your day for your meals, to have them in a bag, to have them in your purse. Actually, I would even dare to argue and debate that it would be faster for a person to be a raw fruitarian than to go to drive-thrus to order food from fast food chains. And because the person mentioned, "I didn't have time, I didn't have a choice," and eating this food, the fast food that they were eating, they felt was an unhealthy choice, which then had an effect on their body, had an effect on their health. This is part of their share. I wanted to share with them that for the future, an option could be to become a raw fruitarian, because definitely raw fruitarian is a healthier choice than fast food drive-thrus. And it could be raw vegan, it could be, but in any case, a plant-based raw diet would definitely be quicker to make, cook, to prepare, because it requires no preparation, and it would be quicker than the drive-thru. So that was my share. And what I want to invite you into is a space where you slow down for a moment and think about your situation that you're in and look for creative solutions. So this was an example of what I would call a creative solution. So to begin with, I would say the first tip would be to look for a solution. So we can enter the language of, I have no choice. I cannot change. This is the situation that I am dealt with and I have to deal with it, and etc. Yes, we can enter that choice of perceiving it to be that way. Another option is to perceive, how can I choose different? What can I do? So tip number one is to perceive that if you think there is a choice, you can find one. If you think there is no choice, you won't look for one. So tip number one, look for possible choices. To first even just believe that it exists, a different choice. So tip number two, I would say creative solutions. So in this case, the raw fruitarian, the raw vegan is a creative solution to not having time, to being in a rush to eat, to being in a rush throughout the day. So to first perceive that there is a possibility of a choice, to see that there's a possibility for change if we want it, to then look for creative solutions. Sometimes we think that there is no choice and that we cannot change because we're not searching for creative solutions. Tip number three, I would say, and perhaps this is tip number one, take a deep breath. Take a couple of deep breaths. Take a moment, relax, think about, what is my intention? And if your intention is to be healthy in how you eat, to eat better, then how can I eat better? How can I eat healthier? By focusing on your intention, that alone could activate your inner guidance, your inner GPS that can point you to decisions, to solutions, to the creative solutions, to that you intend. Pura vida! See you soon.